one of the biggest changes I've made in my coaching over the past year with specific demographics. Not everyone wouldn't do this with elite lifters, or I don't know. I might even do it with elite athletes, because here's the problem: is when people talk about elite athletes, they confuse this with having an elite training age or being an elite athlete in the weight room, and those two things aren't the same. But that's a video for another time. With the demographics that I mostly work with, which is general population, athletes, high school athletes, teenage general population, newer lifters, intermediate lifters. What I've started doing over the past year is I program for all of those groups 0 reps in reserve for every exercise. So over the past, 8-10 years, it's become more and more popular to use lower RPEs. I won't say lower RPEs, but RPE 7, 8, 9s, very rarely 9s and 10s, 3 reps in reserve, 4 reps in reserve, things like that. Don't go to failure, which I'm all about. But context is king. So when we talk about using that type of protocol, that's with the caveat that people understand what 0 reps in reserve actually is, what an RPE of 10 actually is. And I think most people, especially of the demographics that I listed, don't. And I made that mistake for a long period of time. I really beat into people, for lack of a better word. You can't go to failure. You got to be 3 reps in reserve. And then what I started to notice is people weren't at 3 reps in reserve anymore. They were more like 6, 7, 8, 9 reps in reserve. And I was doing them a disservice. So I changed that, surrendered my bias, and I programmed for all those people, go to 0 reps in reserve. And the progress that it yielded was markedly better than what was going on before. So it's not that leaving reps in reserve is a problem. It's not that lower RPEs are a problem. It only becomes a problem if people don't know what those actually mean. So I work essentially backwards now. So get people to understand what 0 reps in reserve is, or failure. And I know you can have context of failure, you're actually failing during a set, which is 0 reps in reserve. You finish the set, again, semantics. My point is get people to understand what 0 reps in reserve is. And then once they're there, they can actually understand what 2 or 3 reps in reserve is, or an RP of 9 or 8 or 7 or whatever it might be. This is just my personal opinion. It's worked well over the past year for me and all of the populations that I primarily work with. So hopefully that's helpful. I encourage you to try it.